Minister Darrell Vaz says the new system will contribute not only to children's safety on the road, but will continue to ease the economic burden on parents.
This facility is the operational hub of the entire program of 110 school buses servicing every parish in Jamaica. From here, we will have real-time visibility of the bus movements through GPS tracking. Routes will be managed more efficiently and effectively, and we'll use data to inform decisions and continuously improve service delivery.
With a rise in oil prices increasing fuel costs, El Hydro's president, Philip Scott, says the bus system plays a huge role in national efficiency and broader social and economic gains.
Fewer vehicles mean less traffic congestions, lower fuel consumption, and reduced emission, contributing to a cleaner, more sustainable Jamaica.
He also notes that prioritizing the system is investing in the nation's future, as children will have better access to education through reliable transportation. Acting as the central operational and service hub, the new system is expected to transform and revolutionize transportation safety of children.
The SMOC has been established as the central location that can track all buses island-wide. It is a singular hub that will ensure that respective school regions operates interconnectedly through a central station rather than in isolation. All communication between the buses and the SMOC will be tunneled through encrypted VPN security channel. This ensures end-to-end data integrity and protects against unauthorized interception.
With over 70 buses deployed to key rural routes, which serves approximately 16,000 students daily, Minister Vaz says the system is already reaping real-time results.
Parents are seeing the reduced transportation costs, students are getting to school on time, and there's a greater sense of safety and order in the system. That is the outcome the government set out to achieve, and that is what we are delivering.
Though the school bus operations system in Kingston is the main hub, maintenance pillars and logistics centers have been established island-wide to ensure continued services and proper upkeep of the buses. Natasha Williams, CVM News.
Stay with us for more news at 7 right after these.
The stylist, no scammer, no style me.
From the market to the farm to the office, money talk is everywhere. But are you making sense or nonsense? The Bank of Jamaica brings you common sense with BOJ, real stories, real laughs, and real lessons to help you protect, grow, and manage your money. Mattress savings.
At least my mattress, no charge me to sleep on it.
Partner plan.
Remember last year we needed our payouts early? But Miss Pam gave it to her cousin first.
Or a sketchy loan flyer.
Electrifying deals.
See why making the right financial choices is pure common sense. Brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, empowering everyday Jamaicans one episode at a time.
Grandpa, it's 2026. You can't keep hiding all your money in every single pocket forever.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Brought to you by
Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services.
First home? Need to replace what stopped working? Ready for an upgrade? Now is the time to shop at Courts. Get furniture pieces from $459 weekly, electronics from $599 weekly, and appliances from $649 weekly. So get what you need at Courts. And when they ask, say, I got it at Courts. Courts, bringing value home. Offers end April 30th, 2026. Condition.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Many don't realize the magnitude of the situation. That response from Energy Minister Darrell Vaz amid criticism over plans to scale back Petrojam's role in cushioning rising oil prices. Speaking on Wednesday, Minister Vaz revealed that Petrojam has been subsidizing gasoline since the fallout from the U.S.-Israel conflict with Iran in February. He warned that if this continues until June, it could cost the government up to $11.8 billion, a figure he says is simply unsustainable. Speaking moments ago on CVM's lead story with Jody and Quarry, in defending the move, the minister says the tiered pricing system now being considered is the best financial and economic option for Jamaicans.
I'm not quite sure if Jamaicans, especially those who use a lot of fuel, realized the magnitude of the problem in terms of the price increases and what it would do. Not only to the country, but to the people. Anything other than what we are doing now would create a very simple scenario. Either heavy cuts in infrastructure, health, education, security, roads, or new taxes on the already burdened Jamaicans as a result of this. So we have decided to just pivot, protect the fiscal space needed to do the other things, and to work to see how we can balance.
Meanwhile, the minister says although no concrete measures have been put in place, Jamaicans must now seriously consider emergency measures to ease the pressure on resources.
I don't see any sign of any resolution to this Middle East crisis, and the longer it goes, is the worse that it is for everybody. But what I'm saying to you is that there have been several other things that have been put out there before, flexi work week, all sorts of different things, and I'm not pronouncing. All I'm saying to Jamaica is definitively, if this thing continues, the only way that we're going to get through it is to change from normal times to emergency times.
In other news now, Negril is benefiting from a temporary ambulance deployment following renewed concerns over emergency response in the area. This after a recent incident involving a tourist who had to be transported to hospital in a police vehicle. Kevin Black has the latest.
A recent incident in Negril West End, where a Canadian tourist had to be transported to hospital in a police vehicle after a fall, has reignited concerns over the availability of emergency medical services in the area. Chairman of the Negril Destination Assurance Council, Richard Wallace, says the situation has now improved with the deployment of a functional ambulance to the community.
Negril has been without an ambulance for a while now, for many months, and however, it was because the one we had an accident, and we've been trying to get it repaired for a while, and it has taken longer than normal. After the incident on Friday, an ambulance was sent to us from Montego Bay. I believe it was the one from Sav that was repaired in Montego Bay. But at the end of the day, we do have an ambulance right now.
Wallace explains that Negril has been without a working ambulance for months after the original unit was damaged in an accident last year, with repairs delayed due to difficulty sourcing a critical electronic part.
I agree that Negril should not be without an ambulance at any time whatsoever. We contribute too much to the national coffers for that to happen. And I understand the frustration as well with the amount of accidents that our ambulances keep having. And while we're not blaming the ambulance drivers, the one that we decided to take on ourselves and repair, one of the reasons why it took so long was because we had to get a starter for it all the way from Australia. And that took a while to get here.
Wallace says local stakeholders, including the Negril Destination Assurance Council and the business community, worked with the Tourism Enhancement Fund to support repairs, and says there is no hope that repairs to the original unit will soon be completed.
We reached out to TEF, and TEF obliged with funds to repair the ambulance that had crashed, because it wasn't that bad, it could have been repaired. All being well, tomorrow we will have 2 ambulances in Westmoreland, not just one.
Kevin Black for CVM News.
The government is signaling a shift in its housing approach, with Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness emphasizing the need to build more homes faster while handing over service lots in St. Catherine. Here again is Kevin Black.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says that the government is moving to accelerate housing delivery across Jamaica as he handed over 34 service lots in Cherry Gardens, St. Catherine. The Prime Minister says that the project, facilitated through the National Housing Trust, represents a push to expand home ownership and improve living conditions for Jamaicans.
The objective of my administration is not simply to increase the number of units or lots available, but to ensure that developments are properly serviced, well located, and capable of supporting long-term economic and social activity. When more Jamaicans are able to secure land and housing, the benefits extend beyond individual households to the wider economy through increased stability, investment, and participation.
He also emphasized that the development is designed to create fully serviced communities with infrastructure including roads, water, and drainage systems.
The lots are supported by paved roads, drainage systems, potable water networks, electrical infrastructure, and designated green and recreational spaces. These features are essential to ensuring that the development functions as a viable and integrated community rather than a collection of isolated lots.
Dr. Holness argues that Jamaica's housing challenge is now a supply issue, with demand continuing to outpace construction.
What we have discovered is that the more we do in terms of increasing the accessibility to financing, is the more the market inches up the price. Why? Because there is just simply not enough houses being built on the market. What the government is focusing on now is on increasing the supply of houses.
Kevin Black for CVM News.
In Jamaica, the issue of jacket, where a man is believed to be a child's father but later discovers otherwise, continues to raise legal and social concerns. Tonight in Query This, Akeem Aret examines what options are available when a man seeks to legally dispute paternity.
Paternity fraud, or jacket, has been a long-standing issue in Jamaica, with 1 in 4 men, according to a study from Northern Caribbean University, finding themselves legally responsible for children not biologically theirs. But what happens when doubts arise after your name is already on the birth certificate? Well, according to attorney at law Nico Pagan, the law does provide a pathway to challenge paternity.
And this happens where, for example, after the birth of a child, the mother fills out a declaration and must give the presumed father notice of that declaration that he is the father. He has 3 months within which to either deny paternity, or if he does not do anything within that time, then the registrar may proceed to add his name to the birth certificate as the father.
While there is a limited window to dispute paternity, you are not left without options if that period has passed. You can still apply to the court to have your name removed from the birth certificate once you provide sufficient evidence.
The primary means by which the court, or the primary thing that the court relies on, is usually either blood testing, as the statute permits, or DNA testing, as the parties may consent to request and consent to. In either scenarios, it will require the consent of the parties. And by consent, I mean consent of the mother who is in care of the child, or anybody who has care of the child, as well as, of course, the consent of the other party.
DNA testing remains the primary method of proving or disproving paternity. However, even with scientific evidence, the courts will weigh the best interest of the child, especially in cases where a strong father-child relationship already exists.
If it is established that the person who has created this bond with the child is in fact not the parent, and the parent or the person who is otherwise entitled to custody and to have the child, then those persons' rights will be respected above the person who is declared not a parent or not the father.
In instances where paternity is successfully disestablished, questions may arise about child support payments already made. But the law also looks at fairness and the child's well-being before any decision is taken. Meanwhile, the attorney notes that there may be consequences for mothers who knowingly misrepresent paternity.
Making a false statement to obtain any benefit can be a criminal offense. The act also, and by the act I mean the various legislation dealing with the status of children and dealing with birth and registration of persons, make it criminal offense for the mother to make certain false allegations where that is concerned.
For men who find themselves in this difficult position, Mr. Pagan is urging caution and responsibility before taking any legal step.
Make responsible decisions. And even a moment of irresponsibility, when that comes about, take responsibility for it. Have honest and open communication as best as possible. In the event that is a safe course to take.
And that's all the time we have for Query This tonight. Remember, if you have a legal dilemma or concern you would like us to query, send an email to aoret@cvmtv.com. I am Akeem Oret. See you next Thursday on Query This.
Stay with us. We'll have more in just a moment.
Saucy wings, available in sweet red chili and citrus chipotle barbecue. KFC, it's finger licking good. The time by KFC is
7:30.
This is Flow, Jamaica's fastest mobile network, as verified by Ookla. It's the result of a complete network rebuild, with more power backup to reduce outages and satellite backup for greater mobile stability. You can even make regular calls using Wi-Fi. Welcome to our new era of connectivity, and we're not stopping there. This is Flow, Jamaica's network.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people that I say we are mash up the night. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights
Welcome back. It's now time for your business report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots to share with you in the about a process that has been set in motion by a desire to decrease dependence on fuel imports and reduce Jamaica's automotive carbon footprint, opens a lane for a new manufacturer in the local hybrid and EV vehicle space that holds a high fidelity towards that ambition. as GAC Motors, a subsidiary of Guangzhou Automobile Group Company Limited out of China, unveiled its initial offerings to the Jamaican market at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston. Alan Bain, CEO of the auto division of Barbados-based Goddard Enterprises Limited GEL, the parent company of Fidelity Motors Limited, is responsible for bringing the brand to Jamaica.
We recognize that the product portfolio is well suited to the transition towards new energy vehicles globally. We know that Jamaica is about to go through that transition, has in fact started already, the transition towards hybrid and electric vehicles. So this is why we chose GAC. GAC is a core growth driver for our business. They have phenomenal vision. They're known for quality for over 70 years in China. In fact, their electric brand Ion is renowned as the #1 vehicle for quality in China for 3 years running in 2022 to 2024. We are very confident in Jamaica's economy right now. We've been here, as I said, for 25 years. We recognize that the automotive market is growing. It is estimated to be around 10,000 new units a year. And we see that the sky is the limit. So this is why we're doubling our investment in Jamaica.
Deborah Stewart, General Manager at Fidelity Motors Limited, says since the soft launch in November, interest in the brand has been growing.
The response has been absolutely excellent. We are quite amazed. As you would see, definitely on the Jamaican roads, we have quite a few M-Zooms there. We have delivered to almost 200 customers so far.
China, currently the largest vehicle manufacturers in the world, has had a long and fruitful relationship with Jamaica, as described by His Excellency Wang Jinfeng, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the People's Republic of China to Jamaica, who welcomed the introduction of the GAC brand.
Jamaica is a very important market in Caribbean region. It's a vital country in Caribbean region. Jamaica is the first country that has established diplomatic relations with China as early as in 1972. And Jamaica is also the first country in Western Hemisphere that established the strategic partnership with China in 2019. I'm sure with the launch of the GAC vehicles in Jamaican market, China-Jamaica cooperation will be further expanded, and the China-Jamaica strategic partnership will be elevated to a new height.
GAC will reportedly begin operations at its first assembly plant in Mexico during the second half of 2026. The company says it will lay the groundwork for future production, research, and business expansion across Latin America. Tariq Amjad, Chairman and Regional Principal for GAC in the Caribbean, spoke to how the Jamaican government has incentivized the adoption of hybrid and electric mobility.
So right now, the concession plan for ICE vehicles, ICE means internal combustion engine, which is gasoline or diesel, is about 40% duties, and there's GCT, etc. If you decide to purchase a hybrid, it gets down to about 20%. And then if you purchase an electric vehicle, it goes down to 10%, and then it zeroes off everything afterwards. So really, the government has really done their part in order to promote and subsidize people to go hybrid or electric.
The regional principal spoke to potential cost benefits of operations of one of its electric or hybrid platforms.
One really important thing that people do not realize, if you buy an electric car, one of our electric cars, which are here today is the Ion V or the S7, it will only cost you about $40 US a month on top of your utility bill. How much do you pay on fuel? Way more than that, right? But if you buy an EV, it is significantly less. Only about $40 a month it takes. And it's so easy. You can use a 110 plug and charge your car. Any single plug in your house, that will be enough. And that literally and truly, it's that simple to do an EV car. You can also use the power of the vehicles to charge anything that you want. So the size of the battery in these vehicles, God forbid something happen, you can use it to even charge your fridge at home, and it will give you up to about 50 days. It can charge your fridge at home and keep it powered. That is the future of vehicles right there. That is electric.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.
After these.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jodianne Quarry.
Brought to you by
Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire